Hi there everyone and welcome to the Uke Stuff channel. Today I wanted to do an update on this instrument. This is a Koa Kalane ukulele. A few years ago I was sent a few of these, some to keep, some to give away, and I gave away the ones that I was told to give away, and the ones that I kept eventually I sold off because I just can't have millions of ukuleles around the house. And I had sold them off, and later Koa Kalane contacted me and said, hey, could you do an update on how your ukuleles are doing? And they were gone, and they'd been gone for some time at that point. I don't sell things right away, but eventually I do move off of them. So this one I have kept around. They resent me one, and this was a tenor that I was sent. The other ones were sopranos and concerts that I had reviewed, and I was impressed. Now, historically, Koa Kalane imports solid top and solid ukuleles that they were originally selling in Hawaii. They were selling at Kmart in Hawaii, and people were buying them there, and they have an amazing neck, especially the concerts and the sopranos that I had tried, and sort of set up more like a kamaka. It is a kamaka sort of like headstock, but not quite. For example, here's the actual kamaka logo. There's the Koa Kalane. You can see that they are different, but there's definitely some appearances there that are similar. And on some of them, they only had the 7th fret dot, which is also sort of typical with kamakas as well. But people had bought them, and one lady in particular bought a Koa Kalane, brought it back to the mainland United States, and the instrument warped in the change of humidity. But that set Koa Kalane as having a real negative impact on the internet. That blog post really tarnished this name of an instrument that otherwise was a really amazing value and remains a really amazing value. For example, you can buy a solid concert ukulele for $169 plus shipping. That's amazing. And it's actually a really nice playing instrument. The neck is really a nice shape. Now, it may not be the most boisterous instrument. It may not be, the most amazing sounding instrument, but it's a good sounding instrument. And then they also will, from time to time, carry an instrument like this, which has laminate back and sides, and you can sort of see how that is, but it has a solid top. Now, where I live is the Twin Cities of Minnesota. During the winter months, we are drier than the Sahara Desert. Indoor heating takes away all the humidity. So what I do with my instruments is I store them in their bags or their cases with a homemade humidifier. And I'll show you that. Yeah, with the homemade humidifiers, I use a 50 milliliter test tube that I've drilled out on the sides, and I fill it with water beads, and I soak this, and the water beads absorb the water. And once you get the excess water off, this is dry to the touch, but I store that in the case with the instruments, and it gives a lot of humidity in there that the instrument draws upon, even in just a light gig bag. And if there's any negative about the Koa Kalane, is it's super light gig bag. You can always buy a different gig bag for it. Nonetheless, that's how I've stored it. So let's take a look at it. How is it holding up? Well, no cracks at all. You wouldn't really expect it with the laminate back and sides, but if you can see, no cracks at all, no strange warping, and the instrument still sounds and plays very nice. Now, I will say that the neck on the tenor is not as nice as what I saw on the sopranos and concerts. So let me just play something for you to end this video. Now, I will say the buzzing that you're hearing is just me not pressing hard enough. The action does seem a touch high at the 1st fret at the moment, So that is something I could adjust a little bit too. But I'm used to playing concerts, and the actual tension is much higher on this instrument and on tenors in general that I'm used to. So that's more me than the instrument. So if I go up, you'll hear that it's not buzzing specifically. It's mainly me not pressing down the way that I should, and maybe the action a little bit high at the first fret too, which I can address a little bit later as well. So just wanted to give you an update on that instrument since they sent me that one and just said make sure you hold on to it so you can do updates on it occasionally, and I'm happy to do that. So there's the Koa Kalane tenor. All right, thank you so much for joining me for this video. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll be back soon with some more uke stuff for you.